everybody, and thanks for hitting play and joining us on this video. I just wanted to put it together just to give you a bit of an update of where things are at in regards to my training. I want to say thank you to a few people that have helped us out along the way so far, and also talk about where we're at in terms of fundraising goals, and give an update on what's happening next. So let's start off with the training side of things. So we're now just 3.5 weeks away from the old Ghost Road Ultra Marathon. So I've been hitting peak volume over the last 3 weeks or so. So I've had about 3 to 4 weeks of around 90 kilometres. That's gone pretty well. I haven't really had any issues hitting those goals. So I guess the build up to hitting that peak volume has been pretty good. So we've been away on a camping holiday for the last 3 weeks, so we've been getting in lots of hiking. Been to some pretty cool places and seen some new trails, and I've been including that into my training volume. I don't count it as running, but I do count it as part of the bonus volume to the whole training cycle. And when I'm doing the hike, I've generally got a weighted pack on my back too, so I sort of look at it in terms of being strength training as well. So a couple of the highlights, on the 14th of January, my running buddy Abe and I did the Around the Mountain track at Ruapehu in Tongariro National Park. I just did 3/4 of it, so it was 58 kilometres for me, which was about 11.5 hours. Abe carried on and did the full circuit, about 75 k's in about 14 hours. He's probably capable of doing it in closer to 12 or maybe even less. But yeah, fantastic trip, something I've wanted to do for quite a long time, and it lived up to its expectation, and it was just outstanding. After that, we moved down to the Mount Taranaki area and did a couple of hikes on Mount Taranaki. Some pretty good stuff down there. Some of it was pretty steep, but it doesn't take you long to get above the tree line, so there's some pretty spectacular views, and the trails themselves are just really awesome to hike and run on. After that, we moved down to Wellington and then came back up the eastern side of the Tararuas and ended up at Mount Holsworth. It's a place we visited before, but last time it was cloudy and rainy. We didn't really get to do that much, so this time it was nice and clear, so we got to hike up to the top of Mount Holsworth. I just did an out and back. I think it was 1,500 metres of climbing, 11 k's each way. So it was a pretty good training effort. I was going to say I came out of that unscathed, but I didn't quite come out of it unscathed. I ended up with a few nicks out after having a bit of a crash about 2 kilometres from the end. Never mind, that's how it goes. We bounce back. So I guess I'm pretty pleased with things and how they've gone with the training process. It's been 2 years really, because remember the old Ghost Road Ultra was cancelled this time last year. We went through a year building up to that, and then it's been kind of do a bit of racing through the winter and then get into the program again and build up for the upcoming event this February. So I've been setting myself distance goals through the training program. It's a distance-based program, which is probably not super smart, but what I've been doing is working out elevation goals and time goals as well. So the time and the elevation are probably the two most relevant things to measure, and both of those have gone beyond what I'd sort of planned. So probably about 25% up on the volume in terms of time and in the elevation. So that feels really good. I'm feeling really strong on the hills recently. I'm looking forward to sort of tapering a little bit now so I can feel that properly, but yeah, it feels pretty good. Not carrying any niggles, so I managed to come through that okay. It was my primary goal when I set out on this task was to get through it injury free, and luckily I don't know really how I've been able to achieve that, but yeah, it's been pretty smooth ride, so very happy with that. Just got to hang on for another 3 weeks or so, and make sure I get to the start line fresh and without carrying any injuries. One of the pleasing things about the training is that I found that I've recovered quite quick from those bigger efforts. So after the Around the Mountain track, for example, which is my longest run ever, I took a couple of days easy and then just did a few hikes with Sherry, and then I think 3 days later I was running again, and by the following Saturday I did a park run at not a full tilt, but at a reasonable pace, and that felt okay, and recovered from that and carried on. So yeah, I feel pretty well prepared in that regard. So yeah, I'm just really looking forward to getting down to Westport now and getting to the start line of the old Ghost Road Ultra, towing that line, waiting for the gun to go off, and heading into the unknown, because it will definitely be the longest run I've ever done, and I'm looking forward to the experience and seeing how it all pans out. And so I just want to say a big shout out to Salming New Zealand and Sportify New Zealand. They've been helping me out for a couple of years now with gear and stuff for my running adventures. Kashi from Salming has been absolutely incredible, and I want to say big thanks, Kashi, for your encouragement and your positivity around my missions have been wonderful. Really helped me to keep going and get amongst these challenges. And the gear that you've been supplying me with has been fantastic. I've liked every single thing that I've tried out. So currently I'm using these Salming Recoils. These are the shoes that I picked up in October, and did the Ruapehu ascent and the Tongariro ascent in. I've done about 500 k's in these shoes now, and they're hanging in there really well. The soles are going pretty good. They're showing a little bit of a sign of rounding off, but they've still got plenty of grip. I wore these on the around the mountain track, which was 11.5 hours, which is a little bit longer than what I'm hoping to be on the old Ghost Road trail. So they were perfectly comfortable for that, and it just felt fantastic, that whole outing. So you can highly recommend these Salming Recoil trails. In fact, I like them so much that last week I picked up another pair. So as I say, the other ones had done about 500 k's, which I think is just a smidgen too many to be going into a long run with. So I'll get these brand new ones on my feet and probably put about 100 k's in them before race day, and they should be just about bang on. I've been doing most of my training outside of when I've been using the recoils in the Salming Greyhounds. A lot of the road kilometres and the dry trail stuff has been done in these shoes. I've done about 500 k's in these ones as well. This is my third pair, so I'm up to probably around about 2,600 kilometres in Salming Greyhounds now, and they've done me really well. They're just a really nice, comfortable and light shoe. They're about the same weight as the Recoils, which is about 290 grams, which is just a really nice weight and comfortable feel for all the general purpose running. I wear these all the time and just love them. I'll be keeping on getting more pairs of these in the future. So I've been trying this top as well, which has got these breathable sleeves. It means you can wear this when it's pretty warm and you still don't sort of get all clammy around the arms. It works really well. It's a really comfortable top. Yeah, just a really nice top to wear for a lot of weather conditions. I think you can wear it when it's quite warm, but you can also wear it when it gets a bit cold as well. So it's a really nice versatile piece of kit. And the other thing is these polyester base layers. I've got this long sleeve top and a long john that goes with it as well. I've been wearing these while we've been camping. Actually, they've been really good. Wearing to sleep in when it's a little bit cool in the tent, and also wearing them for running as well. So early morning I'll put this on underneath a t-shirt or underneath a singlet, and then take it off when it starts to warm up a bit later on, or if it just gets a bit cold later at the end of a run, then I can stick this on as well. It's really light, so it doesn't take any weight in your backpack. Really comfortable. I find it really versatile for all sorts of things, and it matches up with long john, which works really well for sleeping as well. I'm pretty sure I'll be taking both of these things to Kenya, and that'll be part of my sleeping system while I'm away. And the other thing is this backpack here. I've had this backpack for a while now, but I haven't been able to use it very much lately because Shari has seconded it, stolen it. She loves it when we go backpacking. It holds her big long lens for when she's out photographing. Then she can put a jacket in there as well as lunch. It's got great volume, but it's really a light pack as well, so the pack itself doesn't weigh very much, and it's really comfortable. It's got really nice padding down the back there. It's got this chest strap for tightening it up across the top, and it's got the waistband so you can sit this on your hips and it takes all of the weight. Really comfortable pack. Fits me really well as well, and fits Sherry really well too. So really versatile. It's got a place where you can put a bladder in and you can have a tube running out through there as well. Yeah, really multi-purpose pack. It's the sort of thing that you can wear around town if you're travelling. Just chuck it on your back and put all your day's goods in there. But if you're going hiking up in the backcountry as well, it'll take a load of stuff, a lot of rain gear, and you get food and hydration. for a day out in the bush as well. Really good piece of kit. So let's talk about fundraising for Kenya now. These t-shirts arrived just after Christmas, and I've been distributing those over the last few weeks. So the response to the t-shirts has been incredible. I've had a few people who've just seen them and go, oh yeah, I'll have one of those, thanks. So I want to do a big shout out to Gur Sheehan from Rogue PT. He's got his name on the shirt. Gur's the one who's arranged for the printing and the manufacture of these shirts. Thanks for your help, Gur. It's been really much appreciated. It's been awesome. And also thanks for your advice around multi-day stage racing. So Gur is a veteran of the Marathon des Sables. If you're not sure what the Marathon des Sables is, check it out on YouTube. You'll find endless videos, and but be careful, you might get in a rabbit hole and get sucked into doing it. So I've been picking his brain and getting lots of advice on things like nutrition and training and kit for a multi-day stage race, which has been fantastic. That's got me really fizzed up and excited about doing this race in Kenya. And also thanks for your generous donation toward the cause as well. It's been brilliant. That's how you get your name on the t-shirt. So also thank you to everybody else who bought t-shirts. I was a little bit dubious about whether it would work or not to start with, but that's gone down really well, and I really appreciate it. I've still got about 5 or 6 shirts left, and I'm going to send those down to Kashif, and he's going to put them for sale on his website through Sportify New Zealand. I'll put a link down below so you can click on that and grab one if you haven't got one. They'll be the same price as what we've been selling them for, and all of the funds from that will go to Save the Rhino as well. But I'll also be doing another order in the next couple of weeks. If anybody's interested in getting one of these, they're pretty good running shirts. I've been doing a little bit of running in this one, and yeah, really quite comfortable, nice and light, and nice and cool as well, especially when it's been hot and muggy like it's been the last little while. Other donations have been coming in as well, so that's been incredible. People have just said, oh, that sounds like a great cause, and just added some money to the pot, which has been brilliant. So we're up to about $1,500 now, if I remember rightly, which is way beyond my expectations at this time as well. We've still got 8 months to go, so I'm very optimistic that we'll hit all our goals there and make a meaningful contribution to the Save the Rhino Fund. I've got a couple of other ideas coming up. I'm working with Hamilton Zoo at the moment to work out how we can run a marathon within the zoo grounds some stage. They also raise money for Save the Rhino International, so some nice parallels there. And I'm also planning a multi-stage half marathon around Waihi, so take the form of a Rogaine, and the idea is that we'll do 5 stages, and they will all be 1/10 of the distance that I'll be running in the race, and we'll do it over one day. And that can be a fundraiser too. If people want to donate to that, more than welcome to. So what happens from here on in? So I'm pretty much just starting my taper now, or what we now call race preparation phase. So 3 weeks of just doing stuff that's specifically around the race. So I'm getting all my compulsory gear together, and I'll be running with that every time I go for a run now. Just making sure that all the stuff that I've chosen works really well, but then slowly starting to take it easier and easier over the next couple of weeks, so that by race week I'm nice and fresh and fizzing and ready to go. And after that, I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break, probably around about 4 weeks or so. I'll still be running and I'll still be riding my bike, but I won't be doing anywhere near the volume, and just letting my body recover and get ready for the next phase. Because I've had a bit of a sneak peek at what the training plan looks like for the 4 Rangers Ultra, and yep, it definitely steps up a notch. So yeah, that's going to be really interesting. So I don't want to take too much time off. I want to sort of use the old Ghost Road experience as a bit of a launching pad, and then get into it properly come April. The big differences with the 4 Rangers training plan is that there's more of an emphasis on time, and more of an emphasis on elevation, and more of an emphasis on strength. So I'll be doing a lot of stuff carrying about 9 or 10 kilos on my back, because on day 1 of the 4 Rangers Ultra I'll be carrying about 8 kilos. So I'm going to overdo that, so 8 kilos feels nice and light. And there'll be lots more hiking. Doing lots more elevation with weights on the back will help with the strength, so there's not too many surprises when we get to Africa. The difficult thing is going to be that it's going to be quite hot when I get there, and I'm going to be training through the winter here, so not ideal, but never mind, it is what it is. So yeah, that's about it at this point. Thanks again for everybody who's contributed to the fundraising effort. If you've got any tips or you've got any questions, pop them in the comments down below and I'll try and get back to you. We appreciate some interaction, it'll be really good. And thank you for watching it through to this point, and I hope you enjoyed it and got something out of it and feel like you're updated. And I'll try and do another one of these probably another month or so after the old Ghost Road, and talk about where we're at in terms of launching into the next phase. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Cheers.